No matter how much they try to suppress the information, the good thing about the technology is that if you spied on me, I will spy on you. And the good thing about being royal, coming from true royal families, is that we have friends around the world in every country. And we have families around the world. You won't believe how many sisters and brothers I have around the world. And to those of you who are aware of the special forces and allied forces who have been working around the world to clean up the dams, the underground tunnels, their funding, before they managed to go to the Vatican and to also take out the 13 royal families, fake royal families bloodline. Let's get that cleared up. The funding for those operations around the world came from the royal families of the Kingdom of Maharlika. Mic drop. You know, not long ago, I believe that was in 1940s and 1970s, when 77 countries borrowed the Kingdom of Maharlika, known as the Philippines, gold. 77 countries. Let that sink in. They borrowed the gold so that they could regenerate their economies. And that included all G7 countries. That's right, the Kingdom of Canada and all G7 countries owe their prosperity to the Kingdom of Maharlika, because without their gold, there would not have been a collateral to borrow loan in the name of that particular country. In this case, there were 77 of them. You see. So next time you see someone vacuuming at your construction sites, be mindful. They might be yet another Queen Romana. So now I'm going to pull out my list. You know, I have this to-do list I got to go through. Starting with the intro of my team. Hang on a second here. My other shirts have wallets up front. This one doesn't. I just noticed that. I'm like, wait, I'm going to change. And then all of a sudden, oh, no pocket. So I can't put my notes. And this is just about this much. No teleprompter needed. So the thank yous, and of course the team, beginning with Sylvie. She's our bookkeeper, and she'll tell you Queen Romana is very strict when it comes to expenses. And we've got Alan, the lovely Alan who used to make a mess at the construction sites. And Queen Romana, well, we didn't work at the same construction site, but he was one of the drywallers. So, you know, he would be along that line making a mess. The drywallers. And we have Kevin, of course, the ever loyal Kevin. I consider him my younger brother. Yes. And we have our Chief of Staff, Mary. That's right. She's the one that many of you perhaps have read when I said someone who got off the bus was terminated by Mary. That's my Chief of Staff, putting her, reinforcing her authority and making sure that everyone's aware she doesn't put up with you know what, just like Queen Romana. Next, we have Peggy. She's our interior designer. Many of you may have seen, there was a picture, I think, or a video that when they were putting or a set together for my video, Peggy was leading that team, making sure even my jacket was, hanging properly. So, and then we have Wes, Peggy's husband. They used to own a farm, so these guys actually are advising me also on farming. So there's nothing more as far as advisors than having advisors who have done it in real life, not just via textbooks and sitting, getting their PhD, sitting for 4 to 8 years or 6 years, depending on what it is, and then telling everyone, all the farmers, what to do when they've never actually picked up a shovel. So, right? So in this case, Peggy and Wes actually did own farms in Alberta. So that's why. Next, we have Joanna. Jo, who used to own small businesses. So she's also one of our advisors for small businesses. She knows what it takes to start a business, make it successful, and make money out of it. All the intricacies of owning a small business. Been there, done that. I have the t-shirt. Next, we have Eve. Of course, my other brother, I consider, whom remained loyal just as Kevin did when your queen was infiltrated and was left in Newfoundland. Next, we have Darlene, your press secretary, who's tied to my hips, literally. Because if QR is not around, if Queen Romana is not around, you will get the updates from Darlene. She's working closely with me and oftentimes should hear or read my communications between different commander-in-chiefs from different countries. So she's the one to get the information, but please don't start texting her or sending a telegram and say, "So Darlene, what's Queen Romana up to today?" She's not going to tell you anything. All right, next is, did I cover everyone? There you go, Mary Lee. She's in charge of our website, revamping it and making sure actually promoting it around the world. So that's our team. Did I forget anyone else? And of course, there's the cute and enigmatic Queen Romana. All right, what's next on my list here? Yes, I've mentioned that the U.S. Commander-in-Chief has requested the assistance of Russia through me so that Russia can go into the United States. Yes, this is an advance warning to all Americans. I know you guys have guns, and this is going to be the first time whereby foreign troops may arrive in your country. And if you have been following me for quite some time, you know that Queen Romana works for peace and prosperity only. And at this time, it is necessary to remove the communist from the United States. And it is also time, and we will make it fast, quick, and in a hurry, to end the Biden narrative and Trudeau narrative. And Russian troops and our special allied forces will be returning to North America to remove and clean up the United States and remove whatever, whoever is left who refuses to go. So this is going to be one very, 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 very hot summer. And to our brothers and sisters, I said, in America, in the United States, keep calm. Queen Romana and the Allied Forces and your U.S. Commander-in-Chief and Russia's Commander-in-Chief are working side by side to make sure that the United States is liberated as soon as possible.